thank you for jumping on the platform. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. You've been supporting for a minute, so yeah, I
A-
mean, I appreciate the
absolutely.
support. I just want to
A-
reciprocate it. You feel me?
I appreciate you,
Uh,
man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, of course, man. I mean, I've been riding with you early, man. Early.
yeah, facts. That's facts.
But I wanted to get you on here more specifically so that way, people can get familiar with who are not familiar with your music, with your sound, with your story.
Right.
We keep it short, sweet, and concise on the low theory. Um, but let's dive in. I got a quick question for you, man. Like
Yeah, for sure.
your name, Avenue, right? Why why
Yeah.
why didn't why didn't why didn't you just name yourself Road or Court? Like
Shit.
why Avenue?
I'm from the South End Lower Roxbury section of the city. I grew up on Mass Ave. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So that's really the roots where it stemmed from. I'm from Mass Ave. That's what I identify with. So just from
yeah,
spending a lot of time out there and,
yeah,
a bunch of
yeah.
people running around, that name just kind of stuck. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
originally it's J Ave. So it's J Avenue. And we got D Avenue who's on
Okay.
his way home. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's how it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when I listen to your music, you're very descriptive. You paint pictures with your words. People who are not from the East Coast, they can get kind of immersed in that scene because of the way you're so visual with it.
Right.
When you were coming up early on, like young, what was the type of music that you were influenced by? Like who were you listening to? Who was coming out of Boston at that time?
Right. Shit. Coming out of Boston, of course, you had the almighty RSO. Being young, my first real early like memorances of music is like my sister went to the Blackstone Elementary School and just going to the talent show and them dancing to like Poison. You know what I'm saying? That
Mm,
was like a thing. So, of course, like New Edition, but
right.
on my own, heavy on my parents, I was heavy on like the Motown era, real
Okay.
heavy influenced by that. I think you kind of get that from like my beat selection a little bit.
Hmm.
That's kind of where I get like different styles on how to ride, like them slower tempo beats or the more soulful beats.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but Hove, Nas,
Yeah,
um,
I hear a lot of influence from Hove in your
yeah,
music for sure.
Chris, young Chris. I was
Okay.
heavy on young Chris early on. Um, shit, Banks early on. You feel me?
Okay. Now,
Cassidy too. Cassidy was one of my favorites too, growing up.
word.
Yeah,
So, and those are all great artists. Let me just ask you this, like, nowadays when you hear a lot of the rappers, the common theme is like a lot of like braggadocious type rhymes. They
right.
want to talk about, the big bands, the money, the whips, all that, right? But you don't go that route. How did you develop your style to what it is? Like, what influenced you in as far as your style goes?
Honestly, man, I had some people sit me down. My sister had her ex-husband had sat me down with this dude named Scotty early on. You know what I'm saying? I was like 18, kind of like picking up the interest in music. And he
Hmm.
kind of sat me down and just had me study like a couple different things. And that was kind of like the start of me really trying to focus on like storytelling because, like early on when you start off, everything is kind of like braggadocious. You know what
It
I'm
is.
saying? And I
Yeah.
was kind of caught up in a lot of other shit. So they kind of sat me down. Dude's name is Scotty. So shout out to Scotty if he's tuned in. They kind of just sat me down and was like, yo, you got a real interesting, unique story. Them really knowing me, my background. So they like, yo, why don't you focus on telling your story more, talking about where you came from and so forth. So
Hey, listen,
that
I
was the
think,
start of it. So that was
I,
probably like shit, like 13, 12 years ago or something. Yeah.
wow, yo, Scotty gave you great advice. Salute to
Right.
him for sure, man. It's more authentic that way. It's
Yeah,
more
for sure, for
relatable. It's
sure,
more
for
relatable,
sure.
man. You once said that the dealers were your role models.
Yeah, for sure.
And why is that?
Honestly, growing up in these environments, it's like you don't got much to look forward to or much to look up to. You know what I'm saying? So those are like the immediate people that you can interact with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Those were the guys I was bringing the guys around that I would see on TV. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Antoine Walker would be in the hood. fucking around with
Right.
somebody who was doing A1 too. Willie McGinnis would be in the hood fucking around with somebody, you know what I mean, who was doing
Yeah.
A1 too.
Right.
So,
Right.
that
Right.
was kind of like, you know what I mean, that's just what I gravitated to.
Right. And that's true. That I mean, I know I can relate, but to a lot of people they might not understand that. It's almost like you see them and they're just as flashy as the rappers that we see on TV.
Right.
So as a young kid you might be easily influenced. Um Out of your whole catalog,
Yeah,
pretty extensive, but
for sure.
give me your top three favorite tracks.
Top three favorite records.
Yes.
Um,
From the Avenue catalog.
from the Avenue catalog. All right, so the first record would be "I Love My" featuring Last Days. That's one of my all-time favorite records. I feel like that was kind of like um that was like a pivotal point for me when I dropped that record.
What album was
Um,
that one on?
that's off of the Chandelier View. So I dropped
Great
that
album.
early on.
Great album.
Appreciate
Yep.
you.
Yep.
Um, I Love My. Then I would have to say from I Love My, I would say Bob the Chefs is one of my favorites, one of my personal favorites. And then Cherry Camo featuring Hill Holla.
Mm,
Uh, those are my favorites.
I like it. Listen, if you guys are listening, go back and stream them for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, let me see here. I had a question. Yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna list off a couple of the albums that are out, right? Your albums. Just kind
Yeah,
of briefly tell me, you know, what your thought process was, or kind of where you were at when you were creating these albums. Okay.
right.
Of
Yeah.
course, we're gonna start with 2015 Chandelier View. Go ahead.
At the time when I did Chandelier View, I just was trying to figure things out, to be honest. And I had met this producer by the name of High Fidelity, and we had just kind of locked in and came up with this like conceptual album. And it was really supposed to be like just a project with me and him solely. But I wanted
Okay.
to pull in and grab other pieces and introduce other people to what we were doing and try to see what other sounds we could play with. But at that point I was just really, it's not that I was done with music, but I had so much other stuff going on that music was kind of like in the back burner. So what I did was I
Mm.
just gathered up a bunch of records. To finish that tape, I was going to New York every week, and I'm trying to think of the engineer that I was working with, but I had to go to New York every, like something had went on with the engineer that I was working with here, so I had to go to New
Yeah.
York every week and like literally drive out there or hop on the bus just to finish this tape. But
Take that. You were taking that Feng
yeah,
Hua.
yeah, that fun was. So
That
yeah, at that point I was just really trying to like just get something out there to see what the climate was.
right.
You know what I
The
mean?
cover is dope. I mean, for those who don't know, up in the Langham,
Yeah,
Bond. It doesn't
yeah,
look
up
like that
at Bond.
anymore. Yeah, it doesn't
Nah,
look
it's
like
not
that
like that
anymore.
no more. What is it now? I
So
think it might be a restaurant, right, or
yeah,
something
it
like
changed
that.
to something else,
Yeah,
man.
I've
But
seen that
you captured it, so it's a moment in
before.
time right now.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So 2017, Mass Ave and Lennox.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
tell me.
business as usual. Eat what you kill. That's
Mm,
like that's one of the starts of like me and my big brother, my mentor Frank the Butcher, just
salute
really kind
Frank.
of collabing. Yeah, just
Mm,
really kind of locking in. And it was a lot of pieces involved with that. Like we had Just Lou engineering. Aries was on the board a lot of the times and
nice.
rapping. I
Salute
mean,
Aries, man.
Dion Chase was in and out the sessions,
Yeah.
contributing. You know what I'm saying? But at that point, we were just really trying to create something that was just gravitated and capture like the feel of the neighborhood or just the city. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Most
We
definitely.
felt like Black Boston, like the darker side of the city, wasn't really being
Mm.
displayed as much. So we wanted to, we wanted to come in and add that.
Absolutely, because there's specific, for those who don't know, there's specific sides of Mass Ave. You can
Right,
go
right.
further down,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
The climate changes
Yeah, the climate
depending
changes
on
as
where
you
you're
go.
going.
Yeah, yeah. And even on my end, like it's as simple as being on one end, one side of the street, and then being on the other. It's a whole different world. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. 2018, Nightfall.
2018 Nightfall. That's like for me. I felt like personally that was like an extension of Mass Ave and Linux, but it was more so an extension of like the sound and then
Mm-hmm.
making it like more collaborative, adding Dion Chase to it as well. Um, yeah, and at that point we was just we was riding off of the sound and riding off of the energy of Mass Ave and Linux and just
Right.
trying to stay consistent with that, you know.
For sure. For sure. It leads me to this year, top of the year,
Yeah,
2022. You released Brownstone 2.
Brownstones too. Yeah.
What's the thought around that one?
Honestly, man, like I got Boston Calling coming up. I knew I had a few things like in the works.
Hmm.
We had to we was running up two sides of the same coin to the collaborative project I did with Hill Holla out of Providence and
Hmm.
Pawtucket. I was just riding off of the energy of that, running up the shows. So I just wanted to drop some music, you know what I'm saying, to kind of just top everything off, but also just to
Start.
kind of like
Yeah.
introduce the year the right way. So
Right.
I got a bunch of music, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I got
Right.
a
Right.
bunch of music right now. This year finna be like a real good year, you know what I'm saying?
I
So
love it. I love it, man.
yeah.
Random question, man. You ever take the train out there?
Yeah, of course. When I was
Okay.
younger. Yeah.
Now, for those who don't know about the train, because I used to take the train all the time.
Right.
Um, what's a particular train station that you don't really want to spend too much time at? You want to be careful spending a lot of time there, if you know what I mean.
Honestly, there's a few. You feel what I'm saying? It also could depend on, who you are. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Who you are and where you're at. Um, shit, I don't know. It's love, but I
Right.
don't know. If I could just spit one out, I don't know. There's a few. You know what I mean? Ruggles is one. That's on the orange line.
Yeah.
Uh, Ashmont. Uh,
Yeah, that's the red line. Yeah,
that's the red
you
line.
want to be
You know what
careful,
I mean?
certain times.
Certain times for sure.
Right, right, right.
When I was growing up, that's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. For sure. For sure, man. So you mentioned, you got a lot of new music kind of
Yeah, for
tucked
sure.
away right now. So basically there's a new album coming.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
done? Is it done?
No, it's not done. It's not done. But I got a couple other not smaller projects, but EPs and shit to release around it. So I'm in the
Okay.
process of trying to really up the album. Utilize the
Yeah.
network for the past few years, past like 10 years really since I've been doing it. I've just been kind of like I've been networking like crazy. So like
Okay.
it'll be a lot of things that I
You trying
like
to
got to see or a lot of people that I got to meet just from like being a fly on the wall. Like not even it just being solely about music. So I got a
Mhm.
lot of relationships that I done carried over the past 10 years. But a lot of these people, some of these people are prominent people within the music industry. You know what I'm saying? So, I got to a point where it's like I feel like it's time that I could utilize the network. You know what I mean? I'm all in. You feel me? And
Yeah.
teeing it up.
So as far as networking though, you're saying you've been networking with is it with other artists or producers or
Other
just all
artists,
that?
other producers,
Okay, okay,
executives, everything.
okay,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Across the board.
You're trying to get that
And
masterpiece.
influencers outside of music, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
People that are into fashion, people that are into other things, but all of these worlds intertwine together. So,
right.
we teeing up the network to make everything make sense.
I think that's really smart, man. Take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time with it, man. May May 27th. Big
May
deal.
27th, Boston Calling for sure.
Big deal. Congratulations on that,
I
man.
appreciate you.
You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
Being part of that set is dope.
Thank you.
And
Thank
so
you.
how do you feel about that, man? What can people expect out of a live show from Avenue? I mean, yeah, tell me.
Boston Calling is gonna be special. I snuck into Boston Calling in like 2012, 2013 to see Nas with the Roots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was watching from the gate. I think one of the security officers seen me. This is when it was at a government center.
Oh
And the
yeah.
security officer seen me say, you from Roxbury? Yo, you good? Come on. And
Oh
let me in off the line and everything. But it's really just like a full circle moment. You know what I mean? I feel like I definitely worked towards it.
yeah.
Being home base for a while. Um, I feel like it's just full circle. I mean, I feel like they got it right. I
I
feel
I I,
like,
I
yeah,
think so too, man.
yeah. And the closer we get to the date, I'm more and more excited about it. But I got some
How
things in store.
yeah, how long's the set?
I got a
15?
25-minute set,
Oh,
25, half an hour.
20,
Yeah.
25, 30 minutes. You could drop a lot of good tracks on them.
I'm gonna get my shit off for sure.
You
You
might
know what
have
I'm
to you
saying?
might have to you might have to perform those three joints that you mentioned too. They're your favorite.
Oh
You
yeah,
might.
for sure, for sure, for sure. Those in the bag. I got a live band. Yeah, I mean, we gonna make it a
Oh,
thing. We gonna make it a moment. Yeah, I mean, so
okay,
it's a
okay,
thing.
okay. Now, kind of switching gears a little bit. Not really, but off the show thing.
Right.
What's one thing that you don't like about the music industry?
Um,
A lot has changed since you first started till now.
yeah, for
So
sure.
think about that.
One thing I don't like about the music industry. Uh, I don't know. I guess where it's at right now, people feel like you gotta be in front of them 24/7. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I like separating it to like who I am and what this music shit is, even though a lot of it is like I like being the same person in both worlds. You know what I'm saying? But I also like separating the two and having space between the two. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
So if anything, that would probably be it. You know what I'm saying? I love the business behind it. I love the process of creating music. Um, I love getting the feedback from the music, But if anything, it would probably just be, I mean, people feeling like you got to be in front of them 24/7.
that's true. That's true. And the way social media is nowadays, man, it's like there's
You
no
almost have
more.
to. You
Yeah,
almost
but
have
it's
to the
like
way
it's
social
like kind of
media is.
weird. Like when we were first
Right,
like I don't know, when I was coming up, like looking at anybody, celebrities really were these like mysterious people who you could never really get access to. And
right,
now social media has made them like one step away, and it's just kind of weird the way it is, man.
right. Yeah, I
And they
mean,
put and even just put you got to put everything out. Like, why are people putting everything out on social media? Like, just leave
right.
things a mystery, man. That's how I feel. But
I mean,
you
it is
know,
what it is. For me, I just carry it how I carry it. Try to carry
I
it the same way. You
yeah, I
know
think
what
I think
I'm
that's true. Even your music though, that is you. That is you. Like I said, it's
saying?
not this braggadocious, thing. Like the way you speak, the music, they all coincide. So I think you're doing it the right way, man.
I appreciate that.
For sure, bro. Now, that's really it. That's all I have for you, man. I think that was a good,
Yeah, I
concise amount of.
appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Because I know it's late out there. You just came off the grind, bro.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know.
It's late on this and I'm tired too. I ain't even
No,
gonna
I
hold.
feel you,
Yo,
man.
I
I
hit
know.
30 and it's like, man, 10 o'clock. That should be feeling different. You know what I'm saying? It's
It
like, for real.
absolutely be feeling different,
Yeah.
bro. I
Nah,
know
but I
the.
definitely appreciate you. I love what you're doing. Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
mean,
man.
for real.
So
And I
we'll lock.
appreciate all the support over the years, for sure. I definitely
Uh,
been seeing it. I appreciate it. For real, for real.
100%, man. 100%, bro. You got that from me now. Now, I was gonna say, so when the new album does drop, circle back, hit me up. Let's
Yeah,
do it
for
again.
sure, for
Let's
sure.
talk about the album.
For
You
sure.
know what I mean? Let's
Absolutely.
put let's put it in the air. Let's put it into frequency.
Yeah, now you got me. Absolutely.
All right, Av, man. Good seeing you, bro.
Love, bro.
En-
Appreciate you
Enjoy your
again.
night, brother. Peace, bro.
Likewise. Peace.